I'm Prashant Ingole, and as the topic is Fulcrum, I feel the fulcrum of this magical body and mind is our heart. And the pumping of heart means we are alive. Being alive means it's a life or a lifetime. And we get it only once. Only once. And this once may perish at a snap of a finger. Just like this. At this moment, there might be so many people born and so many people gone. And how many of us are thinking about this right this moment? Every day, if you see, I'm sure we listen to so many deaths happening all around, thanks to the technology advancement, thanks to the social media. So many big personalities going like this. And how many of us are trying to understand what is life? How many of us think we are alive or just machines? We have just heard some speakers saying, like, there's a difference between sight and vision, being alive and really living life. But that's the beauty of life and death, which I feel and which I believe. So how many of us are living to the fullest? How many of us are living for today? The fulcrum for most of the people now is money. Everybody wants to make money, more money, more money. Don't you? Everybody wants money. Almost. Yeah? Okay, so it's not an interactive session, but let's hear some nodding and in between. So it sounds good because I'm a poet, I'm not a speaker. So no one wants to pause themselves for a while and think, what are we doing? How much money do we need for this life? How much money we have to earn to keep our mind, our heart, and the whole people around us happy? And the important thing which we forget is today. So eventually what we are doing is we are just living like machines, making money. And when you ask them, why are you making so much money? They say like, oh, you know what, we had bad yesterday. Our childhood was bad. We don't want our kids to go through the same thing. We want money. We want money to come to us. So let's not talk about life and what life is all about in the scientific way, because what I did was I thought about it quite some time and then I turned bald. So I don't want, you people to go that way. So jokes aside, how many of us attempt to understand what life is all about? Who are the people around us? Are we seeing people around us? And how many of us are living on a daily basis? How many of us want to observe and see what's running, what's happening around us? But if we see everybody is just running, and to make money by hook or crook or some way or the other, period, money. I have started a new concept for last 3 years, and I always love to add this tag called Happy New Day. Every morning I wake up, I hug my sister tight, I hug my mom tight, and I say Happy New Day. And I think that explosiveness that Happy New Day tag gives me is to put all the best cards of mine on the table. And it helps me to live the life to the fullest. I don't think about tomorrow. I don't think about yesterday. So most of us are hanging in the back. They're either in the past, oh, I did this, I did that mistake, I shouldn't have done that, I shouldn't have done this, oh, tomorrow is going to be beautiful. So we are either in the past or either in the future. What I am doing is I feel that, the explosive way of living in the day gives you so much of opportunity to be happy from inside. You meet, I heard some people, speakers saying that, you learn from your daughters and the way they talk to the strangers. The beauty of meeting people without assumptions, without judgment, is explosive. It's like super shiny. I feel. So eventually I have started living for one day, set my tasks aside for a day. Whatever I accomplish, I'm happy. Whatever I don't, I say I'll do it tomorrow whenever it comes. And I go to bed. So I follow a simple routine of waking up in the morning at 7, going to bed at 11. 8 hours nice sleep and just relax. Whatever I have done today, I'm happy for that day. And that's how I've been living. So I'm a human being, but I do mistakes as well. And I don't happen to be harsh on myself. I forgive myself. I accept the situation. Like for example, a day ago when I was coming for this talk, I missed my flight. And there was so much of angst. The mind plays a weird game with you. And especially when you don't have hair, it plays much more faster and much more worse. So, but then you have to understand the mind and try to play another games with it. So I tried the angst which was coming, I tried to put it down and try to understand that it has happened, I've missed the flight, I'm not going to go there anyways. So only solution that I have is to catch another flight and go and reach there because I can't miss the talk. And that's what I did. But most of us want to sulk, moan for the past, stay there and regret. And then eventually what we do is we have one more regret for tomorrow. That is, we lost one more day today about thinking, or maybe the hour that we lost. So all that we have is bloody today. I feel it's the blood red, beautiful red today that we have. And that's the reason why. So if we put all the energy in this day, in this moment, we end up living to the max and living magical, isn't it? Yes. So I think that's so simple. Happy ending. My talk is over. Thank you. But that's not the way how it is. That's just the way I live. If you see, most of the people living today is on a different style, different pattern, as I was discussing about money, and you will know why I'm talking about money and the past and the future. I'm a commerce graduate, by the way. I wanted to become a chef, ended up being a lyricist, so there is nothing scientific with me, and I don't want to go there, but I feel life is bloody flipping lootly colorful and magical. And it's so powerful that when you start seeing it closely, it's so dynamic. It changes every moment. And that's the reason why they say the only thing constant is change. And there's one more beautiful thing about life, that is we all are different. We all are different. We see things in a different way. One given thing can be seen in millions of ways. So all I believe, whenever I meet somebody and if he says, oh, you should grow hair. So I say yeah, you have a good perception. That's your point of view, So for me, I have developed a concept called nobody's right or wrong. It's only the whole world is about point of views. But we can't say for egg for A would be an apple for B. So it won't be like that. That's a different thing. So eventually, we all are tailor-made and we have to be explosive and live in the moment without, regretting for the past and without thinking of the future. I'm sure someone next to you right now might be looking at the cell phones, thinking that this Baldy is boring. And his songs are good, but I think he's not a good speaker. But I'm sure that's what is happening somewhere. But have you tried seeing around at the traffic signals? As soon as the bike stops, as soon as the car stops, no matter if you are driving, you are on the wheels or not, you immediately take off the phone. Or if you are a good observer, you will see everybody doing that nowadays. And they say time is money. I don't know what they're doing, how much money they are making with that concept of, bringing out their phone, which ends up getting you into accidents or putting others' life into danger. But even if we make that much of money every moment, how much money is needed for us? How much money is needed for us to be happy? So eventually, we have a concept, like let's say, if I earn 100 rupees, not me, sorry, let me put it other way. So if you earn 100 rupees, so you want to save 20% for the future. What if something goes wrong? The first thing in our head is, what if something goes wrong? We need to be secure, we need to be safe. 40 to 50% goes in the EMIs and loans for your lavish cars and luxury, and bungalows or apartments or something. And then you have 20% for your children education and 25% for your grocery and maids and all those expenses. So what we have is 5% left for us, just 5% for entertainment, partying, dining, and traveling. And we sacrifice so many things for that 5% because we have only small chunk. In order to have a lavish house, we spend 40% or whatever. And I feel I have lost many relatives. I lost my dad in 2004, and he constructed a beautiful house in Pune, in the heart of Pune, in Korega Park. And he constructed the house, and in 6 months he was gone. And I said, no, he invested for us, but he didn't live. So what I try to say is, instead of having taking an EMI of 40%, spending 40% of your money, that's a big chunk. And if you don't pay, then there's another stress. And again, I go to my bald head, because that's why it happens. The stress takes it over. So my concept of living life is simple. I like to keep it simple. I say spend 70% on good life, good food, good clothing for yourself and the people around you. The people around you means your family members and your dearest friends and your siblings and all. Spend 15%, save 15% for the future. Yes, you need to keep it for the inevitable which happens. And can you guess what do we do with the 15%? No, you can't read. Okay, anyways. So I do a direct charity. I feel the most beautiful feeling when you're living, you want others to live as well around you. It's not only about money here. Like saying thank you to a lift man, saying thank you to a steward. These small moments, these small things give so much of happiness, and they are priceless. And that 15%, when you give a direct charity, not to an NGO or something, I don't want the NGOs to get against me or something, but I feel that giving direct charity to the people, like let's say the auto rickshaw guy, a taxi driver, or your maids, or people, like the children at the underprivileged homes, directly, just go there and do something. And these things keep your life so simple that you don't have to worry about the future. Eventually what you're doing is you're so explosive in this day that you're spending whatever you want to do, that 70% on your life, on being happy in this moment, because you never know tomorrow you're gone. I might get a big car. I don't want to take a brand name because I'm not branding anybody. So let's say we buy a $1 million or a $500,000 car or whatever, and tomorrow if you're gone, so what's the use? On a loan, on EMIs. So you rather spend the money or whatever you have in this moment for today, for the people with you, next to you, and see the happiness. And this 15% of charity which I'm talking, added with the pure heart-to-heart connect with whoever you come across, is on a different league altogether. When you wake up every morning, you're fresh. When you go to bed, you have a good night's sleep for 8 hours. And I've been doing that for last 2-3 years. And everybody, all my friends, they come up to me and they say like, what are the drugs that you take that you're happy every day? every day. I mean, like, I put loads of posts on Facebook and social media, and everybody reads that and they come to me. And what are the drugs that you take that you're happy every day? I look at them and I smile and I say, I'm high on life and I live for today. Happy New Day. And that's my tagline which I've been using. So just live for today and live amazing and magical life. Thank you.